everyone, welcome to another episode of Cinema Renfield. This is our year-end review, and I have 7 people here.
The Magnificent 7.
I have Philip, Nicholas, Timothy, Joel, Arnold, Martha, and myself. That's the order that's going to happen. We're going to go one by one discussing our top 3. So Philip, hit us with your third favorite film of 2016, released in 2016.
Cool. Okay, so I think my number 3 for this year was Magnificent 7.
Us?
Right? I hope I've ruined some of your lists.
Yes, you have.
I love being the first one. Yes, I really
ruin things. Cool.
This is good.
I really enjoyed it because it was just a happy. It was a good to watch film, you guys. It had
That movie was so whack. I didn't watch it.
Oh my goodness! It made me feel.
I'm happy about
You know when they bring that triumphant music, I was there with them. I so supported Denzel. I think like there were no twists. This thing didn't surprise me. It was like eating KFC.
Sounds like a negative.
Yeah.
No, once in a while you need that. Just spoil yourself.
Yeah.
Take really bad candy. Yeah.
Nicholas, give us your third.
Check it. My third pick is not really a pick because I only have a number 1. The rest are just whatever. I'm going to go with Zootopia. This is an animation.
That's my
came
number
out
3.
with like Disney, right? Okay, Disney. These guys did a great movie.
Yeah.
It was like a neo-noir animation with a bunny and a fox. Great commentary on race relations and everything.
Yeah, I
It was
felt
a
that
good
was
pick.
on the nose a bit. They
That's
pushed
on
it
BS
way
though,
too
like,
hard.
It wasn't on the nose a bit because like who would you say was black and
The
white?
bunnies were black.
Because like the villain turned out to be a bunny, so are you
black
saying the
guys
villains are black? I
Villains are
know,
always
whatever.
black. The black guy.
My number
always
3 is Utopia. The rest is up to you.
Yes. The black guy always did it.
Okay, Timothy, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Popstar. Never Stop.
Holy shit.
Never stop, never stop.
Holy shit.
My fans and me, we're in love.
I write the songs that make the whole.
The arena is our bedroom. And the stage is where we fuck.
Spoof of it.
It's a mockumentary.
So it's a mockumentary,
Yeah.
whereby they're parodying the state of pop music as it is right now, where the likes of the Biebers and Nicki Minaj, who don't really give out like content, are the ones who are having all those things. So I like the way they explore that whole thing and the humor. I like the soundtrack album. I listen to it every day. All those songs, Karate Guy, that's my shit. Move on.
I fell asleep halfway.
Joel, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Captain America: Civil War. That was a damn near perfect movie. It was a lot better than it had any business being. It was the Avengers 2 that I wish that we had got because Avengers 2 sucked. Captain America 3 was properly paced, perfect balance of comedy, action, and drama. Just perfectly balanced, and you had like 20 characters being balanced on screen, and the Russo brothers like balanced it out all perfectly. It was well paced. You introduced at the introduction of Spider-Man, who I'm now looking forward to seeing in 2017. Everything was great, yeah, and it was still a Captain America movie.
Yeah.
It never took away from
That
him
worked.
at all, yeah. And I love seeing everything play out, and had a very unique twist at the end, which I won't spoil for anyone if you haven't watched it. It has a really great twist at the end, which I loved and hit home so many feels.
I think if anyone hasn't watched it yet, they do deserve a spoiler.
Yeah, well, the truth is Spider-Man is gay. I think everyone kind of knew that already. Yeah, because of the spandex. Yeah, Spider-Man's totally.
Arnold, let's go to number 3.
So my number 3 pick will be, just to calm the pressure,
Yep.
The Nice Guys.
Okay, that's
my number 3.
Ryan Gosling, you too.
Keep it together, drink your tea, yeah?
Yeah.
I think it was very light. I enjoyed how humorous it was. I don't know why I enjoyed the movie. It was nice. It was nice.
Like
I liked
nice
it.
guys.
There was
right?
something succulent about it. Yes. It's the nice guys. Succulent. Yes. Succulent.
Okay, that's all you have.
No, that's actually all I have.
Nice and simple.
Nice and simple.
Nice and simple.
So
Like the
Martha,
nice guys, simple guys.
Martha,
My
what's your
number
number
three, Deadpool.
Okay.
That Rand guy is a funny motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I liked. It was just
Rand
funny.
Reynolds.
I don't think I would have enjoyed it
Without him.
without
bring
Rand
anyone
Reynolds.
else.
Yes, yeah.
I don't think
that
so.
is accurate.
I try to put every other Rand or any other Canadian or whatever. Plus, it was very sentimental and all mushy and cute, and there was so much love and all the goody
yeah, that was
goodness. Yeah.
cute. Okay, my number 3 is Hardcore Henry.
I forgot that came out this year.
Shooter.
I love that film. I feel like I love that film so much because it's something that just is for you to have a blast in the whole action
an
thing that's
experience.
going on. It's an experience in the first person. All you see
Is what
is
this person
what
is
he
seeing.
sees.
Yeah.
Like there were some things like the villain, I'm like, huh? But I'm
ending
still
was
like,
kinda-
no, still, I was still with that whole first person thing. It was too fascinating and it got me all the way through. I never got bored of
But
it.
Jerry, it was a very fun
All the
movie.
way through.
Yes,
it was
it
fun
was.
as fuck. It was for the experience of it. Just a movie for the experience. Hardcore
That's
Henry.
true.
Isn't that sick?
Okay. Philip, what's your
Right.
number 2?
My number 2 film of 2016 was The Lobster.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought it was a fresh concept. It felt awkward. And I really enjoyed that.
Yes, it was.
It does get it drags a bit in the middle.
Yeah, the second half, yeah.
And that twist just killed me in the end.
Second
I didn't
half.
actually expect it to be like a romance.
Yeah.
Could you give us a basis on what the film is about? Because
Yeah,
this
yeah,
may not be a
explain.
film that we know.
You know I'm bad at explaining movies.
Try.
But it's a film where
Just
like
spoil it
if
for
you don't
everyone.
find love, the institution turns you into an animal.
Have you ever been on your own before?
No, never.
Your last relationship lasted how many years?
Around 12.
Sexual preference?
Women. Is there a bisexual option available?
No, sir, this option is no longer available. And the dog?
My brother, he was here a couple of years ago, but he didn't make it.
Did you read the leaflet?
Yes, I did.
As you understand from your brother's experience, if you fail to fall in love with someone during your stay here, you'll turn into an animal.
Have you ever danced with anybody? Yes.
As an animal, you'll have a second chance to find a companion.
What sort of dancing did you do?
Just depends on the music.
Mind if I join you?
It's no coincidence that the targets are shaped like single people and not couples.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that movie and I made an
it's
effort
really
not to
good.
watch it.
Oh my goodness, you should.
It's amazing.
Okay,
that's
Nicholas,
fair, yeah.
what's your number 2?
Right, like I said before, I don't really have like a
So it's Zootopia
real
again.
thing. Yeah, so check it. I'm going to go for 2 big budget releases at a time. I hope that's cool. All right, so I'm going to go for Sausage Party.
Of course.
And Doctor Strange. Okay, Doctor Strange because of one reason, really, because it had the same plot as every Marvel movie ever, including.
And that's a good thing.
No, that's a bad thing. Joe.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
what
bad
was
thing.
its differentiation from the others?
Those visuals, my God, they were amazing. They were amazing, and movies are a visual media. So
Tell us a plot of Sausage.
Why didn't...
okay, so there's a bunch of sausages. They're in a supermarket. They want to get out of the supermarket, but they get a warning that out of here is not as good as you think.
Yeah.
Eventually, from firewater, which is basically, bush.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually they get bored, and it turns out of there was terrible. And they realize human beings are terrible, and the afterlife. Their conclusion was the best solution to life, because you don't understand anything, is blind hedonism, which is what we're doing right now.
Enjoy your life the way it is. Just enjoy life.
So,
Okay. Timothy, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Arrival. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Arrival, I won't say it's the tightest movie I've ever seen, good in every part, but I liked it, as you've said, like its relevance for right now. because it was all about, it was different from all alien invasion movies.
Yeah.
It's not like Independence Day of aliens come and begin blowing up the world. It was about humans trying to communicate with them. And it had this relevance of like immigration in the world right now and Brexit and Trump. So I thought it was very relevant, like for right now, like just basically about language. How do you communicate with people who are not from where you are?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So I thought it was a very relevant film for 2016.
I think I've never been happier seeing a movie confuse me the way Arrival did.
Yeah, exactly. And even the story structure wasn't like conventional. Like for a sci-fi film, usually it's all the CGI. What it was more about the editing. The way they confuse you, seeing something
non-linear or something.
Non-linear, it's very fragmented and all that, so I liked it a lot.
Joel, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Winner, which is a documentary.
Which
I did not. I would have never thought I'd have a documentary film on my list. This film was fucking amazing. I did not know that it was real for like the first 20 minutes. Because it's too fucking ridiculous to believe
how they got that footage.
Like the way the media eats this guy up, it is insane. But it sort of gives you that whole other dimension of like, this guy actually had like legit stuff he wanted to do. But yeah, his heart was in the right place. And the breakout character for me was his wife, Uma Abedin. And she has this vacant stare that she keeps giving the entire movie. Essentially watching like this marriage dissolve before your eyes. And like watching her like, you're watching her like lose hope slowly, and she constantly gives you this whole thing of like, no matter what this guy does, this is doomed to fail.
I want to be it.
So I loved watching this entire guy, like this dude like self-destruct his entire political career.
I have to watch that. My number 2 is very rectangular guy. So my number 2 is Rectangular Sentiment.
Whoa.
SpongeBob.
I'll go with The Infiltrator.
Okay.
I really liked the movie. I like that. I mean, after seeing the whole El Chapo, all this series on drug fights. I liked seeing the life of a regular law enforcer, and the struggle behind it. I mean, there's a scene in there where this guy is a middle-aged guy, and you feel for him, where he turns into a sort of
wastes his youth.
He's like. You remember American Gangster?
Denzel
shot the guy on the street. So there's this. I want to spoil for
no problem.
This movie. Cool. There's this scene where he goes for dinner with his wife, and it's their anniversary. Yeah. You've watched the movie, right?
No, man. Spoil away.
So the guy goes for dinner with his wife, and he's pretending to be part of a cartel. He cleans money for cartels. So he's pretending. So one of his clients shows up. One of the guys shows up, and he says his wife is his secretary.
Yeah.
And they bring an anniversary cake, and he slams the waiter's face in that cake like over and over and over. The sacrifice that he had to take off his real life, for the job. I felt for it. I liked the movie.
Oh, fresh film. Okay.
Yeah.
Martha, what's
My
your number 2?
Guys, don't judge me.
No,
we're going to judge you, Ashley. I promise.
My number 2, which actually could possibly be my number 1, but I know you guys will judge me hard.
Is
Dirty Grandpa. Baddest movie this year. This movie, first of all, like, it was very sentimental. I cried when it was like this at the end, and then he's doing something sweet. Everyone thinks he's an asshole, but then he's actually doing something really, really sweet. For Zac Efron. Where was Zac Efron in this movie? It could have been someone else though.
Zac Efron was walk.
Oh god, Robert De Niro is back, you guys. I love this film, man.
He didn't go anywhere. He didn't leave.
No, he didn't, but he's different when he's old.
Yeah.
Kick-ass is kick-ass.
He's
Grey
different
hair,
when he's old.
Fresh, doesn't matter.
I love him. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my number 2.
Your number 2?
My number 2 is a movie called Krisha. I know some of you have watched it.
I'm not sure that's 2016 though.
Is that 2016 really, Sharon?
I am authority here.
I
say what goes.
We have one ruling part.
Krisha is 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of my favorite movies because it describes the type of genre that I really like.
Is it an Indian movie?
No, it's a very
It's a family movie actually. It's like a family drama.
It's a family drama that really has the basic tones you'd expect it to be of a dramatic Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
But I love it so much because it's thrilling, it's scary.
Yeah.
It is
You know,
scary.
I love it because the guy concentrates on things that you would not expect someone to concentrate on. Now, for our number one, our coveted number ones, we're going to start by naming our honorable mentions. Then we'll get down to our number one. Philip, you're the lead here, so
Okay.
do it right.
So honorable mentions without spending too much time: Doctor Strange, Zootopia, and Moana. So my number 3 was Magnificent Seven. My number 2 was The Lobster. Yeah, and you've had my honorable mentions.
And
your number
what about them though? Bro?
Oh, no, my number
Number
one.
one is Moana.
No, I won't go into that.
Okay.
I just enjoyed them. My number 1 is Hail Caesar.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
How long since your last confession, my son?
27 hours.
It's really too often. You're not that bad.
Here at Capitol Pictures, as you know, millions of people look to us for information and uplift and, yes, entertainment. And we're going to give it to them.
And action. An army of technicians and actors and top-notch artistic people are working hard to bring to the screen
Our biggest release of the year. Hail Caesar is a prestige picture with one of the biggest stars in the world, Baird Whitlock.
A truth we could see if we had, but... If we had... Faith! Cut!
You guys, the Coens brought it. They brought it. Do you know, I've watched this film and I've also listened to it. They're like, these are 2 different experiences, and I encourage you to do that.
You can.
Right?
You can, yes. You can
It's,
actually just listen
it's
to
enjoyable, although I'm only left with like feeling it. I don't know.
Good luck.
Let's just put it
The
under the
dialogue,
mattress.
yeah, was sick.
The dialogue. I mean, some of the things that they're exploring. No, but you guys, Hail Caesar
Hail
brought it.
Caesar's
It
the
felt
shit.
fresh.
It's definitely.
It felt fresh.
Okay, now Nicholas, give us your shoot.
Alright, so you guys, big surprise about my top movie of the year.
First, give us your honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that missed your list.
What's a 7 summary?
Your honorable mentions?
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Okay.
Yeah. And The Nice Guys. My number 3 was Zootopia. My number 2 was...
I don't know,
Jesus.
man. Like, weren't listening when you were talking.
Jesus,
You
what was
had 2 number 2s. You had 2
Yeah, I had
number
2.
2s.
It was Sausage Party and Doctor Strange. Anyway, my number 1 is naturally
Hail
Hail freaking Caesar. 3 words for you guys right now. Meta-textual narrative.
Yep.
That thing was amazing. Just watching it.
Film,
Exactly. But better because it's the Coens, Joel and Ethan. Those guys, they really brought their game. I didn't like the one they did with Steven Spielberg. What was it called? With what's his face?
Bridge of Spies.
Yeah, it was kind of.
They just wrote it.
They wrote it. Yeah,
They wrote it.
but like that's what I like them for. Is their writing.
Oscar bait movie.
Yeah, it was Oscar bait, and I
They did it
don't.
for the money, though.
Exactly, I don't like those guys. I love the writing. I don't like it when they write something like that. I mean, Jesus, you know. But my God, Hail Caesar. Anyway, I ate that shit up. It was an amazing movie.
Number
Props.
1.
Yeah.
Timothy, give us your honorable
How many are
mentions.
supposed to be honorable mentions? 2.
3.
I will cut out the shit if they're like 8,
okay.
but yeah.
Let me go a bit off the mainstream path. Have any of you seen Midnight Special? I like that movie. It had a very Stranger Things vibe.
I like that.
80s nostalgia. And I liked it. The second movie I think I'll put will be, which surprised me, and I know you are going to dispute it,
Is?
Barbershop, the next cut.
I like that. I'm with you on that. That's why
Defend.
Please defend it.
You know, I just like the way they were touching on the whole black culture thing. From living in Chicago and all these gang violence, and then the whole thing of his son having to be a ball player and all that. Plus, I like the way they use the ensemble cast. It was well used.
Okay.
Which other movie? Another movie I'll put. And I had to, because you guys haven't mentioned Star Trek Beyond, which I felt was the best sci-fi.
Yeah! Yes, Star Trek Beyond.
And then there's The Shallows with Blake Lively. I mentioned number 3 was Popstar. Number 2 was Arrival. Number 1 was The Handmaiden. It's basically 3 chapters in a movie. It has that kind of format whereby it's chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. And every chapter has that 3-act structure whereby there's beginning, the build-up, then the climax. I liked how this guy played with my emotions because, like, he's a director of Old Boy and I think Stalker. So I like as far as, because Moscow, I've heard mentioned movies whereby it's about story, characters. I like the way this guy played with the form of film itself. Like, you're not playing just around with like very good actors or a nice story. You're even playing with the way the story is told. You're seeing it from 3 different perspectives. Exactly. So I like that movie. It's my number 1 on there.
Number 1 in honorable mentions is Star Trek Beyond. I hated Star Trek 2, and this one felt like an episode in the middle of a series. It was not a world-ending event. It was just a simple story of we got marooned on a planet, and we met this former soldier, and some shit happened. I liked it. It felt like how Deadpool was just, felt like an in-between story. It was not a world-ending event like we're used to. It was just this in-between simple thing, and I like that simplicity. It's very welcome. The second one is Hunt for the Wilder People, which is my first Taika Waititi.
Thanks for mentioning that.
And third was Everybody Wants Some, because I'm a big Linklater fan.
I hate that movie. I have to say that on record. I hate that movie.
Number 3 was Captain America: Civil War. Number 2 was Winner. Number 1 is Hell or High Water, which I just watched today and shot up to number 1 out of nowhere. I never expected it. I've never heard of David Mackenzie, the director. This is the first time I've watched any of his movies. And he had like a legit Coen Brothers vibe. Exactly. For me, this was the Coen Brothers movie I wish I'd watched. I wasn't a huge fan. I wasn't a huge. I was like, yes, it is.
No, better than Hell Caesar. Kill yourself, man.
No. Like Hell Caesar was just okay. Yeah, you guys know how to make films. Good for you. But there was like no films at all. But this one, the movie, like just the opening scene, I got like Fargo vibes. I got No Country for Old Men vibes. Jeff Bridges returns. Chris Pine turns out to be an amazing actor. And there's even this random actor, Ben Foster, who I last saw.
He's not a random actor.
No, for me he is. I last saw him in The Punisher 2004 as like a druggie. So it amazed me how good he actually is as an actor, and I want to see him in more stuff. It was and it had this whole undertone of like family and brotherhood, and I loved it. It was an honest to goodness
before we move on from you, I'm sad you didn't mention Captain Fantastic.
I know. Captain Fantastic, unofficially, one of my favorite movies. Because,
we'll leave it at that.
Yes. Okay. Watch it.
Arnold, this goes to you for your honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions. I'll do James Bond.
Jason Bourne this year. Jason Bourne.
Yeah, with Matt Damon. With Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Jason Bourne.
The
night is speaking.
You watch it? I didn't watch it, but I think it's
and I'll do the Free State of Jones. So I'll do the Free State of Jones. It's a very simple story. This guy does something that is unhonorable. I mean, he ditches. He's a soldier and he leaves the war to go back to his home state, and like the atrocities that are going on that side. So he does an unhonorable thing for an honorable cause. Within a time of a lot of, the racism, etc. Just the cause that the guy took up as one man, going against the system. I like rebels. I really like
not
rebels.
A bad opinion.
Yeah. Man, that's about it.
What was
my
your
number 3
was
The Nice Guys. My number 2 was The Infiltrator. And my number 1, Jude Law and Colin Firth.
It was
Genius.
I haven't seen Genius
yet. It was intense.
I want to watch that movie.
The movie is called Genius.
Genius, yes. Genius has
It's actually very new. It's very
I'm impressed by Arnold for showing us new movies.
But Genius has the spirit of Whiplash.
Oh, nice. That's very nice.
Genius, because every genius. No, but just the spirit of it, because every genius is obsessed, right?
Yeah.
So you have the artist, the creator, the writer, obsessed with himself, and you have his mentor, the editor, the one that decides if the world will read him, obsessed with his potential, and then you have his girlfriend or to-be wife, who is obsessed with him. It's just full of obsession versus obsession.
You know, like,
this movie is, as a creator, you must know that when you, as a designer, when you do something you like, you hate for someone to tell you to cut back on it. Just just watch the movie.
We will.
Should I give you a tissue? Man, I really liked the movie. I like the time frame. I like the time frame. It's a lot of hard work and it's very raw. Firewood and soil and horses.
Yeah.
You can smell the sweat in the art, you know?
Yeah.
And that's all I can say, man. Genius, number one, man.
Martha, throw it down on us.
Alright, 3 honorary. Please don't judge me, you guys. 9 Lives.
That was awesome.
The Kevin Spacey one?
Yes, I loved it. Kevin Spacey as a cat.
I loved it. Then 3, I'm going to have to go with Barbershop, the next cut.
Okay, the movie.
And
No matter what
then
these guys say.
Angry Birds. I really like
wow. Wow.
You guys know I'm jumped.
Explain yourself.
It was so bogus. I acknowledge that is probably one of the shittiest movies I'm going to watch this year. But it amused me. It made me so happy. I don't know why.
That's the point.
It made me so happy.
I liked it.
You liked Angry Birds as well? It made me so happy.
It's been a weird idea for me, like for adaptations. Like all the movies I've liked have been like from novels.
Angry fucking Birds, though.
You know what? Fuck you guys.
So I understand just guilty pleasure.
Okay, number 1. Alright, let's go.
Exactly.
My number 3 was Deadpool. My number 2 was Dirty Grandpa. Guys, my number 1 is Suicide Squad.
Oh no!
Can I say something? You must understand that the market makes them for all types of people.
I watched these movies for different reasons.
She likes that set.
Exactly. Let me tell you why I actually watched it. I watched a couple of interviews where what's Harley Quinn's real name?
Margot Robbie.
Maggie Robbie and the guy.
Jared Leto.
Jared. What's it?
Will Smith.
No, it was actually Jared Leto. So they were saying they shot scenes that were not included.
Yes.
Right? So they were like, I watched all those interviews way before I watched the movie. So I watched the movie and they just gave me for the excluded scenes, and I fell in love with
I didn't see number 1.
Were you okay with that dancing witch in front of the time?
Oh yeah, with the scarves and the.
You guys, I loved it. There's not, because this is what I do when I'm watching a movie. I'll pause, go to something else, go to something else.
So you were okay with like all the music, like in the first 20 minutes?
First of all, they played my favorite song, Gangsta Kilani. That song is amazing, and they put it in a fantastic movie. But I forgot to mention in my honorary, I like The Revenant. I actually really like The Revenant.
Oh, yeah.
That's 2016.
Guys, it came to Uganda in 2016.
Officially. So Sharon,
Before you run, I was going to throw in something. Hands of Stone, huh? I think that's what.
Oh yeah, I've been dying to watch that. How was that?
That's nice. It's intense. It's a very true story, but the hard work behind the character.
Is it a documentary or feature, like a fiction?
Based on true events.
Okay.
Yeah.
For my honorable mentions, I want to first fix in a movie called Creative Control, which is what I wish Black Mirror would be.
Really?
Yep.
I fell asleep in that movie.
I love creative control.
For me, by the way.
Fuck you all. My second honorable mention would be The Fits. I won't say much about it.
Awesome.
I love that film. My number 3 was Hardcore Henry. My number 2 was Krisha, and my number 1 is Sing Street.
Oh yeah,
an Irish movie.
Yes, of course.
This was the only 5-star movie I saw this year. Nothing can ever top this film because it was too good. And the characters, it was a very coming of age story. It was male based, surprisingly. I usually follow the female lead, but it was male based. And I took every message it brought to me, the whole crisis that was happening in Ireland in that time.
Yeah.
The music was amazing. So now we're getting into our 2 worst films of the year.
Just two? Why limit
two.
us?
Just 2.
Can we cheat like
Not too much hate here.
We can start with me.
Let's go backwards. Yeah, let's go backwards.
You guys, I love Key and Peele, but I hated
Keanu. Yes. Disappointment.
I hated Keanu so bad I cried.
It was a disappointment.
Why would it suck?
That was definitely terrific. Yeah.
When this guy is
On
actually
every level, yeah.
It was so bad. Another movie I really hated. I think I hated London Has Fallen. I was dying to watch London Has Fallen. Not like I'd even seen the trailer, but I'd had so much. I was like, oh my god, I want to watch it. And then I hated it.
But you
So you had seen Olympus, right? Olympus Has Fallen.
Yes.
And you were saying for a sequel to Olympus Has Fallen.
Leave me alone.
So,
y'all.
Yeah, but yeah, that movie was really bad.
I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah. You
have to mention 2.
Just 2.
I'm going to cheat, man.
We're going to fight now, huh?
Let's go, bro.
Suicide Squad.
Yes, that was shit. Yeah.
I've had, you're not the first person to crush my dreams.
That was absolutely.
There's like a whole list of you guys. Get in line.
There was like. After Suicide Squad, I went back downstairs and paid for the 10 o'clock movie.
I know
I'm not going to bed with such misery. Compensation.
Yes.
My worst this year
was
The Legend of Tarzan.
Really?
It wasn't too bad.
I liked it. The Legend of Tarzan.
That wasn't bad.
You're just. He literally.
No.
I don't think you looked at my list and said, "Yeah, I hate all those."
Thank you. Okay. No, I think it's just from my just personal preference, right?
Yeah.
This is my preference. It had no substance. I think that it did not tie together. Like that's a load of BS that you tell 6-year-olds.
Give one example of what you did not buy.
This for me personally, this goes a bit deeper. To begin with, Tarzan, King of the African Jungle. I want to just shoot someone over that. Let's just start with that. That alone.
What about the token Black American?
I haven't cast, by the way. That alone, fuck you. Straight up. Fuck
you guys, this is my defense for such movies.
Okay, yes.
I think the black guys just blended in. So when there was this one white guy, they were like,
he rose
to the top. Yeah, he rose to the top.
Like, oh my god, and we got this dreamy African.
Yeah, that's some shit.
Yeah, the gorillas chill on you. They fuck you up.
Alright,
Joel, what's your thing?
Okay, before I give the top 2, I just want to say fuck you, Kubo on the 2 strings. Fuck you, X-Men Apocalypse. Now my official 2 are L, a movie that I watched like just a few days ago.
That's a shit fucking movie.
French movie, just about a chick getting raped for 2 hours. I did not enjoy that.
So it was porn.
I did not.
Technically porn.
Yeah, I did not get. Yeah. Like, okay, I got like the guy behind the camera is obviously good at what he's doing, but I had no fucking clue. Like, it wasn't worth it to go through all that mental torture. It's just a fucked up movie, and yeah, it's getting a lot of good reviews though. So, you know, what do I know? And now in a surprise twist, number 1 worst movie is Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh no!
For the year.
Yeah. And he's the biggest
Star Wars t-shirt.
Star Wars t-shirt.
Yes, Yes, I'm in mourning. That's why I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt. And just full disclosure, I think this movie is an 8 out of 10, but it's a fucking worse movie. I feel especially betrayed by it.
It's not Star Wars.
No, it's not Star Wars. It's like fake. There's all this fake drama. Like it tricked me. It's like this 80% like nostalgia fest. Like, oh, remember this? Yeah. Remember all this cool shit?
Did you watch
Force Awakens?
Yeah. No. Like, okay. No. Like this whole thing, like all it had going for it, unlike Force Awakens, was all this had going for it was a nostalgia trip. The characters sucked. And the whole thing with Star Wars is you have to love those characters to go through this simple story. Because Star Wars isn't about a complicated story at all. It's about the characters and them being awesome. The main character sucks. Everything's just a by the way. So I thought I was going to watch this epic like heist movie, Ocean's 11 style thing. Like, oh my god, they're going to go and like, yeah, I thought they're going like,
no, but that's how the older ones.
Yeah. So I thought it was going to be like a death, like let's go steal the Death Star plans, assemble these badasses to be like 7 samurai. But no, we just got this generic war movie. Gareth Edwards shot it like fucking Godzilla with just the lousiest characters and these epic set pieces. I was excited every time. That's why I said 8 out of 10. But I was tricked, so fuck you, Star Wars Rogue One. You betrayed me, but I still love you. You can call me.
Okay, Tim, give us your
I just want to mention one movie we haven't mentioned. Jungle Book. When we're talking about the live adaptation, I thought it was a good adaptation, like from like cartoons to.
No,
you don't feel it, but
not for
I felt
others.
it. Now let me go to the worst movie. Okay, the worst movie I watched this year was Zoolander 2. I want to talk about two other movies whereby I felt like because of self-indulgence they became very bad, and those are The Neon Demon and The Neon Demon and Swiss Army Man. I felt Swiss Army Man was Wes Anderson on drugs, like on LSD. He just made a movie which was quirky but on drugs. Doesn't make sense.
It was far to the movie.
Then Neon Demon was like this guy. He's just trying to please himself. He's just trying to please himself. Like makes a movie whereby he knows he will be the only guy who will feel that shit. It's just a guy fapping to his own work. He's like, I'm the baddest director in the world, man. You guys will watch what I make, man.
Drake was awesome, man. Drake was that.
Yeah, he has talent.
He has good movies. Anyway, I'm going to be really quick because this guy literally just mentioned all my worst movies. All of them. Like, I'd even forgotten some, but he just brought them back. I was like, wow, I hated those fucking movies. Anyway, I hated The Neon Demon a lot. It was very self-indulgent.
Too
crap.
Indulgent.
Like, it was way too indulgent. Like, I mean, Jesus, who cares? She's a 14-year-old girl who fucks. Big surprise. Anyway.
About the supers for pictures.
Yeah. Right? And Jungle Book, as much as he liked it, I despise that because the original was far better. The fun fact about the original, the writers, they wrote it, and Walt Disney himself, that was his last
production for Disney.
He came, intervened, and said it was too dark what they written, and he put some songs in it, and I was like, lighten up a little. So it felt like these guys came to. No, they didn't go back to the original. They came back to the modern day version of Dark, the Suicide Squad version of Dark.
Philip, give us your 2 worst.
You guys haven't watched enough bad movies this year. Thank goodness. I'm not that patient. Off the top of my head, I can only think of Kubo because it's forgettable.
2 strings.
It's like drinking warm tea.
Yeah.
I like warm tea.
No, it's like really lukewarm tea.
What's wrong?
You've just decided to oppose.
You're picking on me.
No, but like I said,
did you see I waited for my tea to cool? You went there diving in when it's steaming. What's that nonsense?
I think you bring such a fresh perspective. Yeah, you bring balance. It's a good thing.
You basically just called me special.
That's true.
No,
ego retarded.
You're special.
Anyway, my worst films is actually, one of them is a Ugandan film and it's called Dream America. It was one of the worst films I've ever seen because it was a perspective of someone who's such an outsider. It was painful to see. them trying to bring a perspective of what a Ugandan could think, and trying to make a very normal middle-aged person look like they were making bricks. You know what someone who makes bricks is like? They try to make you, Philip, be the person who makes bricks. You know how that sucks? It was the most painful experience. That's the first time I saw Ugandans walk out of a cinema and actually feel outrage. And I saw their comments, they were pure outrage. My second worst film was Now You See Me Too. I've never seen something more disastrous in my life. Genuinely. Like, what the fuck was going on? You know, they're trying to go bigger than...
Thank you. It wasn't that...
No. That was the worst thing I have...
The worst movie.
You know, I kept thinking of how sequels tried to get bigger and better. It was the worst example of that. They tried to get bigger and be more surprising, and it wasn't making it any better.
Exactly, but the thing is...
It was shitty.
No,
Now You See Me one was pretty shitty.
In my high school, whenever like the toilet was full, guys would just pile shit on top of shit. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, guys, let's first say something else. I want to make an honorable mention, a friend to the show. I want to talk about Jinx by Gary
Mugisha.
Gary Mugisha.
Gary Unmarried.
Gary Unmarried Mugisha. His film was awesome. I don't think we should mention our end of year thing without mentioning him. He's awesome.
No one cares for Queen of Nothing.
I think it deserves credit.
It does. It was a good movie.
It deserves credit for you. Remember, I said it was BS, and you said, "Please just go and watch it. Check it out."
Didn't you cry, Philip?
I like the
effort.
Watching Jinx.
Philip cried.
I liked the effort. I also liked that a lot of the names.
We shouldn't give Max for effort.
Yes, that's. Well, I like.
We're not in that.
No, but the weird thing is, I see how more than Queen of Cartoon.
Okay, guys, this has been Cinema Red Pill. I'm just going to mention your names because you're too many. I've been here with Philip, Nicholas, Timothy,
Joel. First say it again.
I've been here with Philip, Nicholas, Timothy, Joel, Arnold, Martha, and myself, Sharon. Thanks for listening. If you agree or disagree with our views, please email me at sharon@cinemaredpill.com. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Don't cut.
It feels bad that they're doing African films, yet this is like Africans are linked as a by the way on the side. But
guys, no. When African films start,
it's about.
Say it, please.
You can say it.
Please,
first of all, the way we market our movies, right? I'm not going to watch a movie I haven't heard of. Does that make sense? Until we learn to market our movies the way
that's consumerism, but that's consumerism. Creeping into cinema, like you don't watch anything unless it has been marketed properly.
Exactly. Because here's the thing: I will walk into a random group of people, and they'll probably be talking about Civil War. Exactly. Will I walk into a random group of people that will probably be talking about?
Conform. It's okay to conform.